my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
That can
It can only mean one thing. It can only mean one thing. It's a Wednesday. You know what time it is when you hear that song. It's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. Oh man, a very special day it is today for us as South Africans. It's National Milk Tart Day. And here to celebrate with us in the house, our foodie panel, we have Her Royal Highness, the Dame of Danish Pastry, Jenny Morris.
Yeah.
And the Koningin van Koeksuster, Anel Potgieter, joining us. Of course, you're welcome to give us a call on 0214309881. Share your tips, share your recipes, share your questions with us, and we'll answer them as best as we can. Ladies, a very good morning. Always a pleasure.
You've just made my day. Good morning.
I appreciate that very, very much. But milk tart really takes me back to great memories. My grandma used to bring it back home from work on random days when she could gather some up from the kitchen where she worked, and it was just always such a treat. Does milk tart have a special place in your heart?
Yes, definitely.
I mean, Anel, you've got to tell us your story before we even get to it. I mean, that book. Get a close-up of that.
My mom wrote this book in 1979, Beproefde Recepte, and I've still got a few copies of it. This is the one that I use, and her milk tart recipe is in here. But she also wore, every time we made milk tart, she wore this. So this is also about 60 years old. She cannot do it anymore, but this is it. And this is also a cup that I brought with today. She got this on her wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
So we used to normally bake it on the pastry. We used to make puff pastry because the little town that I grew up with, there was no puff pastry in the shops. We had to make it ourselves.
Wow.
So on the Saturday, we used to make the puff pastry and bake the pastry shells in those tinned, little tin pans. And then on the Sunday, before we go to church, we used to make the porridge or the filling, the custard filling, and put it in. So when you come back for church in all your church whites and all your church clothes, you used to sit and you have to have tea and a slice of milk tart.
I love it.
So yeah, it's got very fond memories.
That is so special. I wish that you were here in person to see the pages of this book. It's almost as if you can see the tale of a life story through every page. 1979.
This is a puff pastry we used to make. Look at what it looks like, the page. So this is her recipe this is how we made the puff pastry. So
all right.
This is amazing.
Okay. Oh, wow. Listen, we're going to take a call very quickly from Bethel Low. Bethel, very good morning to you.
Good morning,
Oh, great to have you on the line. Welcome to the Culinary Hotline playing
Ting, ting, ting.
Bethel, what do you want to share with us on this National Milk Tart Day?
Yes.
Go ahead, Bethel.
Yes.
Yes.
National Milk Tart Day for you guys. I'm so excited.
Fantastic. How do you make yours?
This is so awesome.
Yes. How do you make your milk tart?
Oh, my milk tart is a flop-proof milk tart. It don't go in the oven.
Yes.
It goes in the fridge.
So yours, yeah? I think we're having some technical difficulties with the line. We'll try and get Bethel back on the line. But you've got a recipe to show us, Jenny.
I do, and I'm going to direct my friend over here with my
I love that apron.
Yes, the other side.
Daddy Bobs.
So I like to, as much as I don't like the flaky pastry or pastry in mine. I like a short crust pastry because I like a biscuity type one. But in the old days, yes, they used to do that. So I like a bit of spice in mine, a bit of cardamom, a little bit of ground ginger because I like some depth. And then what I do is get the butter mixed in. And then you make a lovely pastry ball, you pop it into the fridge, get it to set and relax, and then you press it in to your tart.
Yes.
And it's not that I'm against the puff or the flaky, don't get me wrong, because but if you've got to make a good one.
Yes.
It's when they don't make a good one that I can't stand it.
Yeah, when it's a soggy bottom, no, we don't like that.
I don't like the soggy bottom at all.
And then your filling, what?
Sugar. I put, some caster sugar, and I love to put some orange zest, which gives it a nice little bit of...
Is that what you've done here? So
yes.
dried up some...
You can dry or fresh. You can use fresh, or you can use nachi if you want to.
Yeah.
And some vanilla pod. And then If you wanted to, you could ring the changes. Instead of the vanilla pod, you could use a cinnamon stick.
Oh,
It's a very, very easy recipe. And then you cook the custard out and you can bake it.
Okay.
Or, darling, you can just pour the custard in, let it sit and stick it in the fridge.
Fantastic.
I've got a
Yes.
tip here.
yes.
When I first started making it, you used to like shake the cinnamon bottle, rather get one of those little sieves. And then you go from the top like that, you get
then
a
you
nice
get that
even.
beautiful
Yes.
carpet-like.
I've got a memory about milk
Please.
tart. Mrs. Niemand. That's the first time I ate milk tart. Mrs. Niemand, her pantry used to smell like fresh baked bread and ripe bananas. And she had a boarding house, and her daughter, her granddaughter Anniki, we used to run around collecting trays and things like that. And I'd gone into the pantry to put the bread back, and I saw this tart in the pantry.
And it was.
I went like this, and I scooped out half of her tart. I was as sick as a dog, but when Tannie Niemand went to go and do tea time, because in those days, as you say, everybody made everything from scratch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I tell you what, let's hold on to those memories. I love sharing them with you. Share yours with us on social media. We'll be back again with the Culinary Hotline playing.
Ting, ting, ting.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline playing.
That can only
It can only mean one thing. It's a Wednesday morning. You tune into your Feel Good Breakfast show. You hear that song. You know what time it is. It's time for the Culinary Hotline playing. Sing, sing, sing. Our two experts on the panel this morning in the kitchen. Here's Her Royal Highness, the Dame of Dave Pastries, Jenny Morris, and die koningin van koeksuster, Anna Potgieter. Lovely to be in their company. We've got Marion on the line because today's National Milk Tart Day.
Yeah.
Marion is on the line, and I think she's got a question to ask. Marion, good morning.
Good morning, Culinary Hotline Bling.
Hey, ting, ting, ting! You know you're going to get that from us when you do that. Marion, what's your question or comment?
I just want to say that my mother, she was doing this recipe of the milk tart.
Yes.
So she's too old to bake. So I thought, no, this recipe can't get lost within
Yes.
the family. So I took it over to make the milk tart.
Uh-huh.
And this recipe, the base is a shortcrust pastry.
Mm-hmm.
And the filling, it's the milk, the sugar, the vanilla essence, the corn flour, the raisin flour that's on the stove and thickens. And then I take it off and then I put in vanilla essence and 4 yolk eggs, the
Yes.
yolk of the eggs. Then I beat the white stuff. Then I fold that in.
Oh, yes.
And then the pastry, I pack it in the baking dish, and then I put the filling into the baking dish, and then it goes into the oven.
Oh.
And everybody just loves this milk tart. That's my mother's recipe.
Oh, bless you for keeping that recipe
Yes,
going in the
alive,
family,
yes.
Marion. That is wonderful. And thank you for sharing it with us. Happy National Milk Tart Day.
I want to comment. Marion has got some self-raising flour in there. It's
Yes.
the first time I hear it, so it's fantastic. So I think it actually makes it a bit lighter, a little bit of self-raising flour. So it's going to make it a bit more fluffier, because sometimes it can be quite dense, isn't it, Jen?
Well, it depends on who bakes it.
So Marion, well done for that, and thank you. That's a very big tip for me. I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Let's get those
sure,
calls.
everybody will enjoy it. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much,
Marion.
Marion. And I love the fact that you could
Okay,
share that with
pleasure.
us as
Yeah.
well. So 0214309881, give us a call. Earlier on this week, we had a post on Facebook that asked what your family recipe is for your milk tart. And Bianca Terry said, my grandma added a whole cinnamon stick to the milk when she warmed it before adding the condensed milk to the mixture. Then the base consisted of Marie and tennis biscuits. Yes! Oh.
Nice quick one.
Butter all mixed together, but in the tart baking tray, she would bake it rather than let it set in the fridge. So when brown, she would then add the milk mixture to the crust and then refrigerate it to set. That sounds like...
Lekker. Yes.
Wow.
You get like different type of milk tarts. You get ones that you bake like this one. Then you get ones like I've got here that you just make the filling on the
Custard,
top of the
yes.
custard and you
Yes.
serve it like that. And then you get the one that you actually put in the fridge and it sets. You love the fridge one, don't
The
you?
no-bake one.
No
Exactly. I love the no-bake one because they're, once again, bad memories of ceremony. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. You know, when you overcook it, like you say, it
Yes.
gets dense and rubbery.
Yes.
Don't like that.
Yeah, nobody likes soggy bottoms.
Yeah.
Tell me about the one that you've got there in the teacup.
Yes. So this is my mom's recipe. So what we've done here, we've always baked, as I said earlier on, our puff pastry. And then we make exactly like Marion. We also take the milk, sugar, a corn flour was our thickening agent and not flour. Corn flour, sugar and butter at the end. And then we also whip the eggs to stiff consistency and then fold it through. Then we used to just put it in or throw it into the pastry shell, and that was it with a bit of cinnamon sugar. But later on, I decided to serve it in her teacup like this. It's a cool idea with a biscotti on the side.
Lovely.
Oh,
So you
my
don't have
goodness.
a crust. Do you want to taste
I
it?
would love to, if I may,
Just
please.
taste
And
first.
this cup is also from your mom's collection. She got this from her for her wedding gift.
1954.
Just be careful.
Oh my word, 1950.
That is- That's my mom's recipe.
Is it good?
It's flavoured with almond essence.
Yes, I was about to say there's almond
yes,
essence in there.
yes,
This is
yes.
absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing a piece of yourselves with us.
I'm not
I
touching
really
that.
appreciate it so much. I know, this is so special. Look, it's been an amazing culinary hotline bling.
Ting,
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 ting, ting. If you're looking for more tips on how to make your milk tart extra special on this National Milk Tart Day, hit us up on Facebook, on Twitter. We'll try and find a way of getting back to you. And we'll do this again next week when we return with the culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting.